Here's a person who was, you probably know him, Michael McFaul, an integral part of that foreign policy establishment. He's the former United States ambassador to Russia under President Obama. Not very happy about the statements attributed to him, and he did make them, President Trump in the past 4 days. Chris, cut number one.
As an American, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for the soldiers that I just met in Munich fighting for their freedom in Ukraine against the Russian invasion. They knew who started this war. And it's not in America's national interest to have the President of the United States of America talk in this way. This weakens us, not just in Europe, around the world. Everybody is looking at the president thinking he's flipping sides, just like you said. My next book coming out in the fall is called Autocrats versus Democrats. And now I have to question, which side will the United States be on by the time it comes out in the fall? And I just want to be crystal clear. We can have opinions on whatever. President Trump says falsehoods all the time. But when it damages America's reputation in the world, this is a really serious matter. And I hope the people, I know there is no way that Secretary Rubio agrees with that analysis. There is no way that National Security Advisor Waltz agrees with that analysis. There is no way that the majority of senators, Republican senators and members of Congress agree with that analysis. Now is the time for them to speak up, because this could have catastrophic consequences for America's place in the world in the long term.
Thoughts, Professor Mearsheimer?
Well, I think he's dead wrong. He represents the establishment view on what caused the war in Ukraine, and he represents the establishment view on where we are at in the war. The fact is that guys like Mike McFaul have a lot of blood on their hands. They're principally responsible for causing this war. And prolonging it makes absolutely no sense, not only from our point of view and not only from the Russians' point of view, but most importantly from Ukraine's point of view. What happens if we listen to Mike McFaul and his ilk? The end result is the war will go on and on. More Ukrainians will die, Ukraine will lose more territory, and the United States will face an even bigger disaster in 2 years than it faces now. I think his whole approach to this has been wrong from the beginning.